Thank you. We'll get started with Clayton Collier.
Hi, Taylor. Just, obviously as players come and go during, the off season, just how much importance have you expressed kind of just with the culture that you guys have set, just how important it is to maintain that as you go on into next year? Because it seems like you've really set a very valuable culture in terms of overall growth and an emphasis on wanting to develop together.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the number one thing we always talk about. Zach and I have a great relationship. We've continued to build this over the last 2 years together, and we understand that, culture is people. Obviously, there's a way how we work, a way how we develop. We acquire players, but it all starts with, protecting what we do and protecting, what we're about. So it's pivotal. It's our starting point in any decision that we make. Obviously, we're going to jump into this pretty quickly here. Me and Zach working and diving in on draft prep and free agency prep and just building for the future. So I'm really excited about it. We know what our vision is. We've been consistent in that, and hopefully that leads to success. So we've got what we believe in. And obviously starts with Zach and I, but obviously from our players and our staff and everyone in our organization, they understand what we're about and what we're trying to build. That just kind of fuels all the decisions we have moving forward.
Drew Hill.
Taylor, when you have a team that's so deep, how difficult was it over the course of the season to sort of make the rotation changes and keep everybody happy? And I'm just curious, where does that rank as far as your biggest challenges this year, making those sort of rotation decisions?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great opportunity, to have to be put in that position and make those tough decisions. I've had to, make tough decisions throughout the season and change up lineups and rotations, pulling guys in and out. That's the great opportunity you have with great depth, and very proud of the team that we've built this year, what we're building for the future. Where it ranks. I mean, there's so many different challenges as a head coach, but to me, I look at it as an awesome opportunity for me as a head coach to make sure that all of our guys understand their responsibility to the team, whether they're in the rotation or not. We talk about next man up mentality, and the work that our guys put in, whether they're in the rotation or not, is very consistent and done at a high level, so that when your number's called, as you saw throughout the year, different guys are able to step up at different times during the season. So obviously guys are always going to want more opportunities. That's the nature of the league, nature of a team full of a lot of depth. But I give our guys a lot of credit, understanding the positive, spirit that they've got to maintain, the positive work ethic that they got to have, because that's going to make them better. It's going to help their teammates get better, and it's going to help the team get better when they get their opportunities. So very proud of what we've established here with great depth, and then the work rate that we got to have, maintain that great depth.
Evan Barnes.
Taylor, kind of on that note, obviously, Jaren talked to us yesterday or the other day, just kind of how excited he is to kind of get to work and show this offseason. So one, how excited are you to kind of see what Jaren can do with the healthy offseason ahead of him? And two, with Justise a little bit, kind of, what did you see from him kind of, from this season, and how pleased were you just kind of with, how you're able to evaluate him in such a short period of time?
Yeah, very excited with what we're going to be able to see from Jaren this summer. He always attacks his work every single day. Obviously, this is going to be a first true off season for him, fully healthy, which is step one, and know that he's going to only continue to grow his game. So he's hungry. He's been in active conversations with us about, what's in store for the summer, his individual work, and together with his teammates over the course of the summer, and helping elevate what we're doing as a team. So I'm beyond excited to know all of the investment that he's going to have, what our staff's going to have, coaches, performance team, to help him take the next level. And for Justise, obviously, a challenge when, he misses a lot of the season, but very pleased with him getting healthy, diving into making sure he was getting healthy. He was fully integrated, spirit-wise with his teammates, building those connections so that when he got his opportunity on the floor, he was going to be able to help the team. So saw a lot of flashes of, what we expect of him. I know he's hard on himself. We're hard on him to continue to find ways to get better, and that's going to be his motivation going into this offseason is, regaining, his best self. That's what he's motivated towards. And that's what we're excited about is that we've seen the work that he's put in to get back to that, first step, getting back on the floor. Very, hard and unique journey for him. But then big picture, knowing that he's still got so much better basketball ahead of him, and we can be a part of that journey for him and know that he's going to take ownership of that during the summer.
Dwayne Rankin.
Thank you. Coach, you talked about obviously the youth you guys have, and I wanted to ask you about two specific players, Grayson Allen and Melton. They had some moments in the playoffs. What did you think about how they played in terms of the series against Utah?
Yeah, I mean, I look more about the big picture and what they did over the course of the season. I mean, those guys had unbelievable off seasons, as unique as they were. Not being able to really work with those guys. First, Grayson getting healthy. Then what he did to elevate himself as a really good shooter for us, understanding his role. Making strides on the defensive end. I thought he had an unbelievable season, one of his best, probably a career year for him. That's only going to set him up for, a really good summer, but, really good flashes, first taste in the playoffs for him. And the same thing with Melt. I mean, he was very, very dedicated during the summer, worked on his shot, worked on his playmaking. Career year for him, just continuing to establish himself in this league and understanding his role with this team where he can make an impact. So very pleased. But both those guys, like all of our guys on our roster, many of them their first taste in the playoffs. Thought those guys did a lot of good things, and they're only going to grow and get better and hopefully put us back in a position to be competing for the playoffs next year.
Thank you, Coach.
That's it. Okay.
John Morant's here, and he'll be joining us now.